Yoga Yogis, welcome. Thanks for being here. What our topic of the week is the 10 essential things that you have to have in a well-rounded yoga class. Okay, 10 essential movements for a well-rounded yoga class. And number one on the charts is, guess what?
Breathing.
Yes. That is the most important thing you can do for your body. So if you don't do anything else for your body, do some deep breathing every single day. So we'll start with that. Now, when I mean deep breathing, I mean in through your nose and out through your nose. I mean going all the way down to your belly. Feel your lungs inflate. Feel your rib cage expand, feel your belly inflate like a balloon as you inhale very slowly, deeply, fully. It's been proven over and over again that deep breathing on a daily basis has innumerable benefits for your body, including boosting your immunity, including helping insomnia, including improving digestion, and it also helps you learn to breathe at night through your nose. So anybody that snores, if you practice deep breathing routinely on a daily basis, at least once a day, that helps you breathe through your nose at night instead of through your mouth, which is very toxic when you breathe through your mouth. As you are concentrating on your breath, I will read my favorite breathing meditation. Breathing in, I know I am breathing in. Breathing out, I know I am breathing out. Breathing in, my breath becomes deep. Breathing out, my breath becomes slow. Breathing in, I feel calm. Breathing out, I feel at ease. Breathing in, I smile. Breathing out, I release all my worries. Breathing in, I dwell in the present moment. Breathing out, I know this is a wonderful moment. Let's please take a deep breath together and we'll Om in. Om. Om Balu Satguru Bhagavan Ki, the divine is the inner teacher. And now that we've connected mind, body, and spirit, we'll begin our asana practice. So the second most important thing, well, not the most, second element is not necessarily in order going from here, because breathing is number one, and then it's no order. But we're going to work on our neck. Yeah. So let's take a deep breath in. As you exhale, turn your head to the right, look over the right shoulder, keep your chin parallel to the mat, keep your shoulders forward. Take a few deep breaths here, just like you were doing. Take one more deep breath through your nose, and as you exhale, come all the way back to center. Inhale. Exhale, turn your head to look over the left shoulder. Keep your shoulders forward and take a couple of more deep breaths. looking over your left shoulder. Inhale. As you exhale, bring your head back to center. Inhale. Exhale, let your right ear drop down towards your right shoulder. Take your right hand and place it on the left side of your head, just gently. And just allow that stretch to happen. Your left arm can float out to the side if you like. And if you push your fingertips away, you can feel more of a stretch. Take one more inhale here. And as you exhale, release your head back to center. Inhale, exhale, left ear to left shoulder. And then the left hand comes on the right side of the head and the right arm floats out. Inhale, exhale, release, come back to center. So your neck is part of your cervical spine. So we're going to do the rest of our spine now with 6 spinal movements, which means back and forth, lateral, and then twisting. So take a deep breath, reach the crown of your head to the top of the ceiling. And as you exhale, tuck your chin down and tuck your tailbone underneath your body. Push your back toward the back of your mat in a C shape. Hold on to your shin so that you can really open up your spine. This is a seated cat pose. Suck your belly in. Feel every vertebra open. Feel your shoulders separate on your back. And then as you inhale, bring your chest forward and keep on going forward, putting an arch in your lower back and feeling how your shoulder blades now are coming together on your back. And then repeat the exhale slowly, coming back into your cat back. So now you can feel your shoulder blades separate. You feel your spine opening. And then inhale back into your seated cow pose where your spine is extending, head forward, shoulders back. And one more rounding to the cat. And one more inhaling into the cow pose. And then come back to center. So that's spinal movement 1 and 2. We'll do number 3 and 4. Take your hands to your heart center. Inhale, push your fingertips up. Exhale, right hand floats down, left arm beside the ear, and bring the left shoulder back as you reach around and bring the arm beside your ear as close as you can. Push down into your left sit bone. Concentrate on your breath. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, reach down. Inhale, bring your arms in a T. Exhale, twist to the right. Take your left hand on the right thigh, right hand behind you as a kickstand, and make sure your spine is vertical as you are twisting upward. Think about bringing your left ribs around to the right side of your body. Think about putting your right shoulder back. Inhale one more time here, and then exhale slowly, come back to center. Palms to heart center. Inhale, push up with the fingertips. Exhale, left hand floats down, right arm beside the ear. Push down into the right sit bone and breathe. Okay, inhale, reach up. Exhale, float the hand down. And inhale, arms in a T, exhale, twist to the left. Right hand on the left thigh, left hand behind. Right hand on the left thigh, right on the thigh. Yeah, got it. Or the, that's good too. Inhale once more. Exhale, slowly come back to center. So number 3 on the chart are hands and wrists. And we tend to neglect our hands and wrists. But truth of the matter is, Heather's son, who's a, what do you call, bone doctor, orthopedist, said that the thumb joint is one of the first things to go as you age for arthritis. And I think it's true because I've got that problem here. So we're going to stretch out our fingers and our wrists. So bring our right hand forward. We'll start with a wrist bending down so that you feel the muscle on the top of your arm and pushing with your left fingers gently on the back of the right palm. So this helps with carpal tunnel. If you're at your computer and you feel something going on, this will help with carpal tunnel. Okay, release. And now flip your palm up and then take that same hand and bring your fingers toward your body like so. And now you feel the underside of your arm stretch and your wrist. And release, shake that hand out. Do the other one, left hand forward. First fingers point down, right hand will help coax that finger movement, the wrist movement. Okay, flip up, go the opposite way. And we are using our wrists quite a bit in yoga, as most of you know. So this is good to stretch them out like this every now and then. Release, shake that hand out, and then lace your fingers together in front of you, and then cock your hand one direction or another so that your hands are vertical and your forearms are parallel to the ground. And then we'll make wrist waves by just going back and forth, back and forth. Spread your fingers wide as you're doing this so that you can feel the stretch in your fingers as well. Okay, pause back into center. Now flip your palms away from you, spread your fingers wide, and then push your palms away and all the way up to the ceiling. All right, release, let the hands come back down and come on to our table position. Patting your knees here as you like. And before we move on from the wrists, we're going to do one more hand and wrist exercise here. So square up your table and take your right hand and move it outward so that you're turning your fingers toward your body. So you're rotating your shoulder out as well as you're doing this. Now you may not come all the way facing your body, that's okay. Just do what your body allows, opening that shoulder and pressing down on that hand so you can feel some more stretch in that wrist. Okay, release. Bring that hand back to normal, which you would call normal table, and then the left hand will rotate around to the outside and then place that down. Release, bring that hand back to your regular table. Take a deep breath with a flat back. As you exhale, sit your bottom towards your heels, toward a child pose so you can feel your spine stretch. And then inhale, come back to your table. Exhale into a cat pose. So you're going to tuck your tailbone, tuck your chin, tuck your toes under so your feet get stretched. Lift your spine up to the ceiling, feel your vertebra open. And then inhale as you drop your belly down, bring your head forward, arch your back. So this is what we did seated before, except now we're in the table. And then go back all the way to your heels as you exhale slowly through your nose. And then inhale as you come back to table. So the fourth important area is our core strength. We're going to work a little bit on that. Take a deep breath here. As you exhale, lift your left arm out to the side and up to the ceiling in a twist. Left arm, sorry, I did say left, didn't I? I said left, so I'll stick with it. One more inhale, and then exhale, bring that hand down. Inhale. Exhale, bring your right knee into your chest, tuck your chin and bring your nose to your knee. So your spine is flexed here. And then inhale as you kick that leg back behind you, and then bring your left arm parallel. So your right leg, left arm are parallel to the mat. So this is engaging your core muscles here. Try to keep your head in line with your spine. Don't let your chin drop here. Just think about a line from the top of your head to the back of your foot. Good. One more breath. Exhale, hand comes down, knee comes in. Inhale, exhale, right arm twist open to the right. Inhale, exhale, hand comes down. Inhale, exhale, left knee comes into the chest, tuck your chin, nose to knee. Inhale, kick your left leg back, and the right arm comes up into your balancing table. Engage your belly muscles here. And don't forget to breathe. Okay, one more breath. Exhale, hand comes down, and then the knee comes down, and then we'll come on to our bellies. So I just want to remind everybody that there are lots of different levels of experience in this class. Do what you can, know your own limitations, and don't be afraid to not do something that bothers you or something that you don't like. This is your practice. You should feel good about it. Line up your shoulders underneath your elbows underneath your shoulders. Your arms are parallel to each other, and spread your fingers here so they get a stretch. Push your pelvis into the mat. Drag your forearms towards you on your sticky mat so you can feel your chest come forward. So this is a Sphinx pose, a very mild back bend. Rotate your thighs inward toward each other slightly. So imagine your sit bones being pushed away from each other. Take a deep breath, tuck your toes, push into your forearms and come into a forearm plank. So this takes a lot of core strength. Breathe. Try to keep your head in line with the spine. Don't let your chin drop. Good. And then the pelvis comes back down. Untuck your toes and return to Sphinx. Take a breath here or two. Okay, we'll do that again. Inhale. Exhale, tuck toes, forearm plank. Breathe. Nice long line from the crown of your head to your heels. So I think I've told everybody that the record for this is bring your pelvis back down, back to Sphinx, 8 hours and some minutes by a 63-year-old ex-Navy SEAL. I know, it's just, I know, right? 3 minutes is pushing it for me. Even 2 minutes is. 30 seconds is probably enough for us today. Inhale, exhale, tuck toes, back up to your forearm plank. And just so that you appreciate how long 8 hours might be, I'm going to tell you when 30 seconds are up. Oh, this is a long 30 seconds. Okay, almost. 5, 4, 3, 2, bring them down. All right, good job. Let's see, we're going to move on now to the number 5 on the chart, back, chest, and shoulders. So back bends and chest openers are one and the same. So return to the Sphinx because that is a back bend in itself. Push your shoulders back, pull the mat forward with your forearms, feel your chest come forward, push down into your pelvis. As you do this, think about where your shoulder blades are on your back. Feel them come together down your back. Keep your neck long. Think about elongating your neck here. All right, now bring your chest back down. Bring your hands underneath the shoulders. Tuck your elbows by your sides, okay? So that's important here. Try to keep your elbows by your sides. As you push into, you don't have to come up high. We're gonna come into a cobra. Push into your hands, lift your chest up, and only come up as far as you feel good about. But keep your elbows in, because that's better for your shoulders. And then breathe. Keep pushing into your pelvis. Good. And then come all the way back down. Now bring your arms by your sides, palms facing up. So the fingertips are pointing to the back of your mat. Locust pose. Push into your pelvis, rotate your thighs in slightly. Again, this is like separating your sit bones. And then lift your head and your shoulders and your hands off the mat about 2 or 3 inches, and then lift your legs off the mat and push your fingers and toes to the back of your mat. Feel like you're elongating your arms and your legs. Feel how your shoulders are coming together on your back. Okay, come on back down. Bring your arms in front. Cross your arms, place your head on your forearms for a little bit of a break. We call this crocodile pose. And then please bring your hands underneath your shoulders, push back to table. So from table, we're going to shift our weight forward and bring our chest between our arms. Our arms are going to be straight. So the difference between this and the cobra is that our pelvis is off the mat, but your shoulders are still the way they were in cobra, back onto your back. If you want to lift your knees, you can lift your knees here. This is called upward facing dog. And then bring your knees down if you've lifted them. Push back to table and push all the way back to child pose briefly. Okay, please push back to table. And we'll come into a downward facing dog here. So tuck your toes under and push your hips up in the air. And I'm going to give you some cue points here. Spread the fingers wide. I know most of you do downward dogs a lot, but sometimes, well, every day it feels different for me every time I do it. Think about now rotating your fingers, your hands, slightly outward so that the middle finger is pointing to the corners of your front mat. And see if that helps you roll your shoulders out a little bit more. Squeeze your forearms toward each other. Bend the knees so that your hips get way up in the air. Good. Okay. Bend your knees and walk up to your hands. And then slowly come on up. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring your arms in a T. Come into Anjali Mudra. And then come into Tadasana, mountain pose. And think about your perfect posture here. Head on top of the shoulders, shoulders on top of the hips. And just think about your breath for a couple of moments. If you have blocks and you want to use them, have them handy at the front of your mat. Okay. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend your knees, fold, and bring your hands to the mat or on blocks. Now, if you're going to, either way, your hands should be beside your feet, not in front of your feet, beside your feet. And then take a deep breath here, and then step your right foot back into a high lunge. So from here, check your alignment. Your left knee should be over the ankle. Tighten up your right quadricep. Level your hips. And think about not dropping your chin, but making a nice long line from the crown of your head to the back heel. Right, we're going to put weight into the right hand, and we're going to take our left arm and circle it in front of our mat, to the front of our mat, and then up to the ceiling, and then back behind, and then down. Okay, so go as slowly as you need to. We'll repeat with breath. Inhale. Exhale as you come down. And then once again, bring it on up. And then down. And then again, do what you can. Everybody has different shoulder mobility here, so don't force anything. Now bring your hand back down and bring your right knee down to the mat, patting it here as needed. Okay, so you can keep your right toes tucked or you can untuck them. And then take your hands and bring them forward and then up. Anjaneyasana. Low crescent lunge. So we're going to do a couple of different shoulder rotations here. Bring your hands in front. Flip the palms up. Now feel how that externally rotates your shoulders. Keep that rotation and then bring the hands over your head. And maybe look up if you like. That's it. Okay, inhale. Exhale, bring the hands back to the front. Flip the thumbs down. Push away an imaginary curtain as you take your arms behind you. Lace your fingers behind you, and then pull your hands away from your body as you pull your hands down toward the back of your mat. Feel how that works on your shoulders. Okay, release. Come all the way back up. Inhale. Exhale, hands come down. Tuck your right knee, come back to your lunge. And then just step up. And then slowly come on up. Inhale. Exhale, arms in a T. Anjali Mudra. Okay, inhale up. Exhale, bend the knees, fold. Inhale. Exhale, left foot steps back to our high lunge. Think about the alignment for a moment. Knee above the ankle. Put weight into the back heel. Lift your left quads. Level the hips. Keep your head in line with the spine as we now circle the right arm forward, up, back, and down. Forward, up, back, down, and again around. Take your own pace here. And again. And one more time. And then rest your hand back down beside your foot. Bring your left knee down, patting it as you like. And then come on up to our Anjaneyasana here, palms facing each other to start. Okay, bring your hands in front, flip the palms up, rotate the shoulders out, and then bring the arms overhead again. So now your palms are facing backwards. Okay, bring your hands back down, flip the thumbs down, push away the curtain and lace behind your back. Now rethread your fingers so that the opposite thumb is on top. It's going to feel unnatural. Pull the hands away from your back and pull your shoulders down from your ears. Now that's my knee you hear cracking, but it doesn't hurt. I just want to warn you, it's loud, but it doesn't hurt at all. Oh, I couldn't hear it. I hope it doesn't hurt. Okay, release, bring your hands back up, inhale. Exhale, hands come down, lift your left knee and then step up. And then slowly come on up, inhale. Exhale, arms in a T, Anjali Mudra. And then return to Tadasana for a couple of breaths. And then we'll move to number 7 on the charts and number 7 in our hearts, hips. Okay, we'll use our blocks again if you want to. Inhale up, exhale, bend the knees, fold all the way down, hands on blocks or mat. Now, step your right foot back, step your left foot back to a full plank. Okay, so just hold this full plank for just a couple of breaths, not long. This is more core strength here. And then bring your knees down. Good. So now we're back in a table position. Take your right knee and kick it out to the side, dogleg style. Good. And then straighten the right leg. And then we're going to do toe dips here. So take a deep breath. As you exhale, dip the toe down to the floor and then inhale it back up. Exhale down. Inhale back up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more inhale up. One more exhale down and pause here. Now walk the foot forward to the front, toward the front of your mat. We're going to come into lizard pose here. So you can use your blocks here and come on down to your forearm. You can stay on your hands or you can come onto your forearms on blocks or the mat. So the idea here is that you want to have your knee somewhere close to your shoulder and you want to have a wide angle in this leg. So your foot should be either in line with your head or forward of your head. Good. And then just hang here for a few breaths. Okay, slowly push back up onto your hands and walk that foot back in. Come back into your table. Tuck your toes and come into downward facing dog. Now you can always use your blocks in downward dog too. In fact, it's a nice relief. If you have any wrist issues at all, it's good to put your hands on the blocks. So if you have never tried downward dog with hands on blocks, I urge you just try it once. Okay, from here, you're gonna bend your knees and walk up to your hands. And then very slowly, come on up. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, arms in a T. Anjali Mudra. Inhale up. Exhale, bend knees, fold. Inhale. Exhale, left foot steps back to a high lunge. Hands are beside the front foot. Inhale. Exhale, right foot steps back to a full plank. Hold it for a breath or two. Really engage your belly muscles here. Suck your belly button up towards your spine. One more breath, and then knees come down back to table. Take your left knee, cock it out to the side, dog leg style. Straighten the leg and take a deep breath, and then dip the toe down and then bring it back up. Dip the toe down and back up, down and back up. Dip the toe down, back up, down, up, and now down and stay down. And walk this foot up toward the front of your mat so you can come into lizard pose on this side. Using your hands on blocks, or forearms on blocks, or forearms on the mat. So once again, make sure you have a pretty wide angle in your front leg, your left leg here. Okay, slowly push up onto your hands. Walk your foot back to table. Tuck your toes under and push into downward facing dog. Bend the knees, walk up to your hands. And then very slowly rise up. Inhale. Exhale, arms to the T. Anjali Mudra. And then Tadasana, pause, breathe, reset the mind, reset the spine. And then we'll move into number 8 of our 10 essential yoga elements for a well-rounded practice, and that is balance. We're going to do 2 balances. One's going to be an external rotation of the hip, the other one's an internal. So if you know that you like to balance off of your mat like I do, or if you need to have something to assist your balance, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with holding on to something to get your balance. First one is tree pose. So pick whatever foot you want to start in, cock the other leg out. So this is an external rotation of the hip. So this is both a balance and a hip exercise. Take that foot and place it either on your ankle, your calf, or your inner thigh, wherever you place it. Just don't try to put too much pressure on the knee. So try to avoid the knee area. And then with your hands, you can do whatever you want. Usually palms together helps balance. And core strength helps balance. And if you want to raise your arms up, go ahead and do that. You don't have to. Soft focus. If you have to fall out, fall out. There's no big deal. And I've always said before, if you think you're going to fall out, it's better for you to purposely come out of it. Whenever you're ready, you can come out, to purposely come out of the balance so that your brain's controlling your body versus the opposite, your body's controlling your brain. So if you think I'm gonna unbalance here, just purposely put your foot down so that your brain's in control. Opposite leg, take your time whenever you're ready. Find your focal point. One side's always different than the other. There's no such thing as cheating in yoga. I've always said that. It's better to do something to enhance your practice than not be able to do it at all. Whenever you're ready, come on out. And we'll move into a different hip rotation balance, flamingo. So we're gonna bring our, grab our ankle with our hand and bring the foot behind you and bring the heel toward the outside of your buttock so that you're internally rotating that hip. And then the opposite arm goes up. Try to keep your knees together. This is also a very good quad stretch. Good. Good. Whenever you're ready, come on out, shake it out, switch sides. Take your own time at your own pace. I know one side's always harder than the other. When you're here, think about not overarching the lower back. Point your tailbone down if you can. Whenever you're ready, you can come on out. Good, shake all that out. And we're moving right along to the next element, which is hamstrings, legs, knees, bottom half of our body. Take your right foot, step it back, and then line up your front heel with the back arch. And so the back toes are slightly angled forward. We're going to come into warrior two. So you're going to bend the front knee and make sure this front knee is steady. Don't let it fall in or out. Make sure it's steady above the ankle. Put equal weight in both feet, and then your arms will float up parallel to the mat, and you'll turn your head to look forward. So this is your warrior two. Keep on mentally thinking about rotating your front thigh outward. That'll help the knee. Don't overarch the low back so your tailbone's sort of pointing down. And now take your shoulders and put them down on your back. And just hold this for a couple of breaths. Very good. Release and then sort of step up to the front of the mat and switch sides for warrior two. So heel lined up with the arch. You're on a balance beam here. Front knee over the ankle. Don't let the knee fall in. And then the arms come out parallel, shoulders down, belly in, tailbone down. Equal weight in both feet. Especially think about the outside edge of the back foot, because that tends to lift. And then breathe. Just think about your breath here for a few moments. Okay. Hands come down, walk your feet together, come back to the mat. And bring your blocks or block in front in case you want to use it for this next piece that we're going to do. Okay, from Tadasana, inhale, reach up, Urdhva Uttanasana. And as you do this, your shoulders are going to creep up, but try not to crunch your neck here. Keep your neck nice and long. And now bend your knees, keep your legs parallel to each other. And we're going to come into chair pose. So if you prefer your arms to be forward, that's okay too. It's a little easier on the shoulders. If you want to keep them up, but just keep your neck nice and long. Utkatasana, chair pose. One breath here. Exhale, bring your hands down to the mat or your block. Both knees are bent now, so keep both knees bent. Take your right arm out to the side and up to the ceiling as you straighten your right leg. Keep your left knee bent. Inhale. Exhale, that hand comes down, rebend both knees, and then slowly come on up through chair, and then keep on coming all the way up. Urdhva Hastasana, inhale. Exhale, arms in a T, Anjali Mudra. Inhale, up, Urdhva Hastasana. Upward salute, that's called Urdhva Hastasana. Bend the knees, come into chair pose. Keep the legs parallel to each other, tailbone down. Breathe. Again, if this is bothering your shoulders, you can bring your arms in front. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold all the way down, hands on mat or block. Bent knees here. Take your weight into your right hand, and then your left arm will go out to the side and up toward the ceiling as you straighten the left leg. Keep the right knee bent. One more breath, and bring the hand down, bend both knees, slowly come on up. Inhale. Exhale, arms in a T. Anjali Mudra. Okay, inhale up. Exhale, bend the knees, come all the way down to mat or blocks, and step back to your downward facing dog. Knees come down to the mat and sit back to child pose, and please briefly rest your forehead on something. Maybe you can put it on a block, bolster. Put your forehead on the block, yeah. Okay, push yourself up, please, and come onto your backs with your head facing toward me. It's all downhill from here. And then grab a block. We'll do sacrum on the block or a low supported bridge. So you're going to lift your hips, place the block underneath your sacrum, and then either stay here with your feet on the mat in a nice, gentle, supported bridge, or if you care to, float your knees, legs up to the ceiling in a waterfall pose. Whichever you choose, or maybe you want to do a little bit of both. Let's focus on the breath and start slowing down the breathing. Start cooling the body here. If your legs are up, please slowly bring them down. Lift your hips, remove the block. Stay on your backs. Keep your knees bent. And have your feet hip width distance apart. Bring your arms in a T from your body, palms facing up. Push into your feet, lift your hips, shift them 2 inches to the left, and then allow your knees to fall to the right, keeping your chest open, and then turn your head to look to the left. Your head slowly back to center, knees come back to center, hips come back to center, pick up the hips, shift them 2 inches to the right, let the knees fall to the left, turn your head to the right. Head comes back to center, knees come back to center, hips come back to center. Straighten your legs on the mat long, and then bring your arms over your head, palms facing up, full body stretch. Take a deep breath here. Exhale, bring both of the knees into your chest. Take your hands and wrap them around your shins, hug the knees in, roll on your spine. And then release your legs and prepare for your number 10 most important part of a yoga practice is Shavasana. I'm going to change the music as you get ready. Focus on your breath. And the purpose of Shavasana, of course, is to rest the body and the mind. Shavasana is sometimes used as a meditative pose where your mind becomes in a hypnagogic state, somewhere between dreaming and wakefulness. Please bring your awareness back to your breath. Deepen your breathing as you gently wake up your body, making small movements. Please bend your knees and roll onto your right side in a fetal position to seal the practice. And now, please, very slowly, keeping a quiet mind, push up to seated. And then please join me with the closing chant. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May the entire universe be filled with peace and joy, love and light. Victory to the Cat Rock Yoga class and to the inner teacher. Jai Shri Satguru Maharaj Ki Jai. Knuckles to my forehead honors God. Knuckles to my chin honors you. Knuckles to my heart honors myself. Namaste. Jai yogis, jai, 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 jai.